most people are not going to be privy to be saying this.
Yeah, I mean, we have these baby boomers leading us, and we're like we have people born in the 1819s, like, I don't know, like,
real, leading us astray.
I never really so embarrassed as an American citizen as when they were doing like the congressional hearings with Mark Zuckerberg and the dude from TikTok, Are you Chinese? No, Senator. I was born in Singapore.
Yeah.
What language speak? Chinese. Then you're Chinese.
You're Chinese, right?
Yeah, I do. It's so embarrassing, right? Like, I know you have pages and interns in the college. I could have told you for something, right?
Right. It's wild. They wanted something, I feel like when it came to that, there was a lot of politicians that thought they were going to get famous. They thought they were about to make their career.
Yeah. And then how many politicians will vote to get rid of TikTok, but then invest in Facebook,
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Like, I definitely don't believe politicians at the federal level should be allowed to invest in any kind of stocks. Them or the family members.
Yeah, they really should. They really shouldn't. And I don't know how they're going to stop it. But I mean, it does tell you a lot when Nancy Pelosi stock picks are doing,
or her husband,
is doing so well that they created an app that follows.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, you're outperforming Warren Buffett. I don't believe it.
She chose NVIDIA a year before NVIDIA created the robot's name.
Yeah,
how?
Halfway. Yeah. No. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it.
How old is she? She's like
90,000 years old.
What does she go about NVIDIA? I mean, I'm not doubting it because I'm not an ageist.
I mean, she is in the Bay Area or something. That's it, right? Maybe she's some kind of fundraiser,
Something. Maybe she overheard. I don't know.
I think with all the other politicians, like one thing Elon Musk do, like, okay, I think he did average salary for politicians like maybe $250,000. They work billions of dollars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, no one want to come there like rich already. You just got to be a millionaire, a billionaire to run for office. But land.
Yeah.
But even then, like, you come in worth like $50 million, and 2 years later, you're worth $150 million.
Right. It tells you something, man.
That's just the power, right?
You doing something, Yeah. I mean, it's impossible. That's one thing it is about it. It is impossible to gain power and that power not attract money.
Here's one. It's no comparison, right? So I was a judge the earlier day of the pitch competition, right? And like 15 kids pitched. I had my top 3. And this one kid came and gave me a sticker, Trap Works.
Yeah.
And later on we were deciding, I said, hey, this is my number 3.
Mm-hmm.
And another guy came, hey, here's some more Trap Works pictures. I said out loud as a joke. I should have said out loud, but I said, hey, bribes work too, right?
Yeah.
And so okay, it's kind of not the same, but this kid not knowing gave us like a free ticket. It makes it feel better. So maybe politicians the same way, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not bribing the senator, but we're going to give him a free car.
Right.
Here's, I heard your wife likes to, this kind of dress, right?
Just want to be nice.
Yeah.
$50,000 dress.
Yeah. I mean, you with me as $1,
This is nothing to you, right?
But then that positive thing gets in your head, right? And then you do it so much, it's not wrong.
It's going to be really hard for me to ignore this Rolex. This Marina Rolex that you got,
And but people say that's the way business is done, unfortunately, right? So I don't know.
They say, but not. But
business should not be like that.
Politics, But it really, it's politicians are supposed to be the most moral of what you would think, or the most square. But this is a lot of people have just been using it as a platform and as a tool. But you're right, they are getting rich. They get to see the stuff coming ahead of time. Oh snap! We just signed a bill that's gonna choose a new cement contractor out of the whole city.
Yeah,
let me put some money in.
I mean, there's a reason. Like in Vietnam and China, these communist countries, it'll take them 6 months to build a bullet train, right?
Mm-hmm.
With us, it takes 6 months to fix a pothole.
And it's still gonna be half big. They're gonna have cones around. They will rather pay for the traffic worker to direct traffic around that cone than to fix that pothole.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you remember when TikTok actually got banned for those couple of days?
Yeah.
And remember, like, a lot of Americans went to that Chinese Red Note app.
Yeah.
And of course, it's funny, like, all these senators, like, oh, we're going to take TikTok away from you. We'll protect your data. And Americans, like, willingly, just the next day, like, here, at least TikTok had all the stuff stored in America, like Oracle and stuff with American companies.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, everything is fucking China.
Everything.
Like, instantly, all Americans gave all access to China. And like, we're like, fuck you, this government.
Give it all.
Like, we trust the Chinese government more than down than you.
We're like literally like rebellious kids.
There we are. We are. And feel like, of course, that was out there that Mark Zuckerberg paid millions of dollars a lobby to get TikTok sitting down. So people like, fuck Mark Zuckerberg, we're going to go to Red Note,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So all back to the point where, of course, China can feel the best, right? But all this Americans on Red Note, right, are like, oh my God, this is so beautiful, right? Like, look at these buildings. It's like, early America blown away. And Americans started coming in, are we the third world country?
You're right.
like, and of course, I was telling people on the Red Note app, like, you got to keep it a grain of salt, right? Just like in Seattle, you're not going to take a picture on, like, Pioneer Square, the homeless people, and publicize it, right? Yeah. You're going to take a picture of Seattle, like a mile from the sky, the glitter, the glamour, the space scenery, right? Yeah. I said, you got to understand these. I'm sure there's a problem there too, but like we're seeing the best of the best, right?
Yeah, you're going to start
like all the supermodel people, making nice cooked meals, like.
And it's China, so they got that on lock.
Yeah.
You ain't going to see nothing they don't want you to see.
No. It was crazy, like all these Chinese people, like, oh, there's no social credit score here. What are you talking about? Okay.
Because they got to get credit.
Yeah.
They got to do
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, I know, right? But one thing good about that is like the fact that the America and Chinese go going back and forth, right? Having communication, right? But Red Note, man, like these communists, whoever's company, man, they're on point, right? So no one expects all these Americans like go to the Red Note app, right? Within a month, they had a thing where if you like type something in English, someone in China could click on it and it would translate to China. So within a month, had a translation app on the app, right? So within a month, there was no so just click the button. Yeah.
They move fast.
But if you just you just believe the hype that China's like way more advanced, right? That bullet trains that go from, it's like insane what they have over there.
Yeah, I mean, when you forcing everyone to work to live generally off the same wages,
I mean, there is that,
it's like the government's the pimp and the people is, and the one thing a pimp does, they never give their hoes money. They'll give them weed, they'll do their nails, they'll pay their bills, they'll never give them money. I'll give you food stamps, I'll give you what? I'm never going to give you money. Here's a stipend.
That's very true. Yeah. I don't know, I'm definitely not a fan of communism, but I don't know. Maybe something we can learn from over there, something they can learn from us.
Well, I don't know if they can learn anything from us, and I'm skeptical whether or not we're gonna learn anything from them, because I definitely feel like they're doing some good things when it comes to industry, when it comes to business, when it comes to manufacturing, when it comes to regeneration. They got the stuff on lock, but what's best for their people is really left up to the government. So right now, the government can be doing good, and that's because their leader may be good, but it's under the structure of dictatorship and under the structure of communism. If that leader changes, it will all come to them. As soon as they get a person who's selfish, who don't give about the people, it's all coming down.
So Russia, they're communists too, right?
Yes.
And the fear I'm thinking the fear always been for Putin, like, okay.
Nice communist.
Yeah, nice. But Putin is like, okay, Putin's like, man, he's a murderer, he's a brutal dictator, right? He's killed people, but what if he kill him and someone worse comes along? There's always that fear, like, what if he's worse, like?
Do tend to happen.
Yeah, and it's like, it's like when first time Trump was president, I had a lot of my liberal friends like, we want to get Trump out of there, and they're like, are you sure about that? Mm-hmm. The vice president, Mike Pence, he's like even more conservative than Trump is. But, oh, you're right. Maybe you need to stay with Trump,
Osama it just reminds me of Bush Sr. Osama bin Laden didn't come into power until Bush Sr. Along with the CIA, helped get rid of the prior person, funded and trained installed Osama and his militia.
I know. Yeah.
You know, and then why did he become public enemy number one after? And now he's using American weapons that we gave to them for free. Why did it turn against us?